Hello, my name is John.
And I'm Nikki, and we are the bosses next door.
Yes. So today's topic is business owners make horrible friends sometimes.
Sometimes.
Why is that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, we had a large network of friends, I think, before we started our business. We had people we hung out with on a regular cadence and all those things. And then when you own a business, like it just changes. Fair?
Yes.
Your goals change, your outlook changes, right? Because you're seeing it from a different perspective. It all just changes.
Some of that I think is age though too, because the friends that we had before, a lot have like phased out, or there's seasons for everybody. But now at the age we're at, like things are different.
Think
and
so?
Some of that too is because of our business journey.
I think a lot of it's because of our business journey.
Okay.
No?
Yeah. And some of it's just life, right? Like people just drift apart. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something in the academy group, and I'm drawing a blank right now. He had asked, he's like, man, I just can't relate with anybody like since I started this company, right? Because they talk about this, that, and the other. And who was his name? I can't remember. Anyways, it was so interesting because like everybody's like, oh yeah, we all experience this same thing.
Yeah.
Because I think you're listening to them talk about their employee or their employer of like, oh man, like I didn't get a bonus, I didn't get my raise, I didn't, I got written up or whatever that may be. And you're like trying to keep the wheels on, and you're like, seeing it from the other perspective is that people aren't showing up for work and people are just quitting, and your new hire that you hired didn't show up or showed up late, and like people just think that you can come and work whenever the heck you want to. And
yeah.
so you see this whole different perspective. You have a whole different group of challenges. And so I think that like it naturally starts isolating you. For me anyways, like isolating me. But I found comfort. It's very lonely. Do you think owning a business is very lonely?
I have you.
Hey.
So that makes it different. But if we didn't have each other, then yes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have that problem. And then, we got very fortunate early on. We plugged into a business group called the Academy. And it was like to see other business owners, and they like, you work really, really hard and you go to these places and it'd just be a train wreck of fun. Too much fun.
Too much fun.
Right? And but it was like everybody just letting off steam, and you would just hear like this, not the same things happen all the time, but you could relate to like, oh, I've been through that. Or, yeah, I get it. That guy did this or had a car accident or whatever at the company. And like, how do you maneuver those kind of things? That's on a whole different note is like where you got all the nuggets from.
Yeah.
But all your old friends, they're like, oh, yeah, whatever, man.
It's just different.
It's just different.
I think a lot of the reason we had so much fun on those Academy trips and things is because everybody was like, safe space, we can relax for a minute, and we've got things in place to keep our businesses running while we're here.
Absolutely.
And so is a good place to be with other like-minded people who also needed just release. Like it was just fun.
Is that, and then on top of that, you had Jonathan who would show you like these types of dinners and these types of experiences that we would never experience any other way. And he wanted to show you there's another life out there. There's this whole nother level.
I didn't even know what a Michelin restaurant was before meeting Jonathan, like I had no idea.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So you go to these things and you're like, oh my gosh, they take you these multi-course meals, or you go experience something you've never really had. And it was just super fascinating, right? But it forced you out of the environment you were in at work, and it put you in this environment with all these other people who you all relate with and all have the same kind of challenges, different stages in business. Mm-hmm. And then he's taking you to these places that you've never even been to, heard of, knew existed.
Right.
And then you go out and you do these things and you're like, man, this is crazy.
Well, events, they were more like activities or challenges or things that we participated in addition to the dinners and the socializing and things like that. And like some of those, like when you went for the one with the hot air balloon, I was like, ain't no way I would do a hot air balloon. But I didn't go to that one. So it worked out okay.
Right.
But would you have ever been like, yeah, let's go get on a hot air balloon?
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. And then we all showed up, and then, hot air balloon was interesting because it's like you're expecting this the big takeoff, and it's like, and we're off. And you're like, oh, okay,
not as crazy.
But it was very interesting to be up way in the air, right? And you get experiences with, I think everybody on that was new to it. And then we had multiple balloons in there.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, you got to experience things you wouldn't normally be able to experience. And I think that was great.
Right. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is like how your circle changes when your mindset shifts. And being in Academy was a complete mindset shift for us early on, and that's carried through. Like we still have now where we are versus where we were a couple of years ago. I mean, you make fun of me, but my mindset has shifted quite a bit. And so there's different things that I'm looking at now.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, but the circle has changed, right?
Well, I think the circle has changed, but your eyes are opened to different levels and different things. And it's not money isn't all of it. It's about like the experience.
Right.
It's about being able to give things, like to gift people and to change people's lives. I think it's part of it. I'll say that this is something I've been thinking about quite a bit over the past probably month or two. Like we used to have friends that we talked to like when we started the Academy, we all had friends, outside of the business, and those kind of dwindled, right? And you've had a couple, and you've had one really close one you knew forever that just dwindled away, right?
Seasons.
Yeah, seasons. There's maybe some jealousy or whatever that may be, right? Or you just can't relate on the same page anymore.
But it's hard to figure those things out, like in the moment. So, I mean, I just chalk it up to people grow apart.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think as you grow, and then you're talking to business owners, like we used to talk to business owners all the time. And we have really good friendships literally throughout the country, all over the country that I could call right now and be like, it's like we just pick up the phone and be hashing it up. We could go in that city and say hi and like hang out. We probably go on trips with half of them if we wanted to, but we don't talk all the time. And what was interesting, I was listening to Hormozy, and Hormozy is like some of my best friends I talk to like 3-4 times a year or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that is so true. Like there's people I don't hardly talk to, and then we pick it up, the phone, and it's awesome. And they're all
it's like that
owners.
almost with that whole Academy group. So if we were all to get together again, everyone would mingle, and it would be just like old times. Yeah. It's just a good core group of people.
Absolutely. Well, we did it. We had there was a group of everybody that got together, and it was awesome. And it was like, you're right. It was kind of like almost just like old times.
Picked up. But a lot of that now is like everyone's setting up their own thing for like, hey, we're going to do this. If you guys want to join us, go. It's kind of like tapered off, but they are good friends. And that is, a circle of friends that we can always tap into whenever we need to. They're only a text or a call away.
Right. But it's interesting. They're all busy because they're running businesses.
Right.
And so like, they're not upset because you haven't talked to them and
no, and that's the difference, right? I can't pick up the phone and call one of my, I don't want to say regular friends, but like one of my everyday people and be like, oh my gosh, I have a $30,000 payroll and I don't know if I'm going to make it, right? But if you call a business owner friend and you're like, $30,000 payroll, like I'm stressed out, they're like, we get you.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. These are things that can help. You know what I mean? Just as an example.
Well, we're in the middle of this acquisition, right? And so and it's super interesting because it was heading in the right direction. And there's some stuff that I noticed. And then guys that we don't normally talk to, right? Like, hey, can you take a look at this? And they're like, yeah, no worries. They have way more experience in acquisitions than I do. And they're like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. Pay attention to that. And I'm like, oh, shoot, okay.
Right.
Right? And it was something we knew was there. We just couldn't quite place it what it was. And then there's other people that you're like, okay, I got this bit. And then, but hey, you need to look at this. Like, we think there's a pricing issue going on here. We think, and like, that part is like super, super cool.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good group.
Yeah. And I think the other thing too is like in business, like you're competitive. Like typically if you're in business, you're pretty competitive, I think. But you want to see these other guys and gals win. I think that's been pretty neat too.
Yeah. It's like we're all helping each other. Yeah, for sure. How do you feel about when people like, oh, you run this business? And they want free work or discounts?
In the beginning, we used to and just get jack screwed all the time.
Yeah,
we'll trade you services. Like, all right, cool. And it never, ever works out.
No. After being in it for so long, like it was early on that I recognized it when people were like, so, can you help us out with this cleanup or whatever? And it's like, I still have people I have to pay. I still have insurance I have to pay, like all these things. And you're asking for like a free cleanup. Like on one hand, yes, I want to do the charity and like give the service. But at the same time, like somebody's got to make up that difference on the other side.
Yeah.
So when we're able to, sometimes we do, but a lot of times like that opened my eyes to, I need to tip better. I need to pay more for services that I appreciate, and I have people that do services for me and I make sure they're taken care of. I would never ask for a discount.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that we don't negotiate price very much.
Here?
No, we just don't. Like if we're out and about.
Yeah. I was like, well, our prices are
like
priced.
we got totally, I feel got totally screwed. For example, on a breakfast, like totally screwed. And we just paid it. I'm like, we just know.
We didn't get screwed on that, but okay.
Egg whites?
Stop. Oh, the egg whites.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
They just entered it in like. So
now you have to elaborate because it doesn't sound right.
So I eat the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
Sorry. I eat the same thing all the time. I'm allergic to a lot of foods. Didn't know that till later on in life. But we go get egg whites, and we went to this place, and it was like, I get like 6 egg whites, side of bacon, gluten-free toast, they got it. Nikki gets whatever. We get it all the time. We like to go out on Saturday mornings to go try a new little place if we can, right? Mm-hmm. The bill we know is going to be between like $35 and $45.
Typically.
This thing was like 80 or whatever it was, $80 or $90. No, $75 or $80. And I was like, what the heck, man? Because she marked every egg like as a specialty. I don't even know.
It was something crazy like $6 an egg or something.
Yeah.
For like 6 egg whites, right?
Yeah. And I didn't want to pay it, but I look around, they're busy. I was like, man, we'll just chalk this up to like, we just won't come back.
Well, it just wasn't worth the headache. We'll go back. We just won't get egg whites. If we
apparently won't get egg whites. Anyway, so like, but we don't haggle on it because I just find that like life is, there's too many things in life that like people complain about and bitch about. And so like giving deals to people, here's the other problem. You give a deal to people. We used to do work for a contractor. A contractor got asked by his buddy, right, for example, to go over and do some hardscape stuff. We went in, did a cleanup and that kind of thing. Their guys, when they were doing the hardscape, put a hot blower on artificial turf. That was 20 plus years old.
The turf was 20 years old.
The turf was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
It melted a corner, like piece of it, like that big or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. That guy, his buddy was like, man, are you going to fix that? He's like, well, yeah, man, like I can, but the thing is like 20 something years old. I can't even match the whatever. He ended up having to replace the whole turf. Right? And I was like, dude, you gave this guy a deal, like cost just to get it done, saved a ton of money. And then the artificial turf that was already bad, because I think we made a comment about it when we were there, was already bad. And he knew it was bad and still made you pay for putting new turf in. I'm like, that's not a friend.
New turf.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's not a friend, man, right? And it just never works out. People always, well, it's good, but could you, I just thought maybe you could do a little more or whatever. It just never works. And if we're going to gift it, we're just going to gift it.
Yeah.
We've done that a couple of times.
Yeah.
We had that retired military guy that called in, needed his front yard because he's getting hammered by Mesa. Mm-hmm. And he was really struggling to come up with the money. And I was like, well, just go do it. Let's go knock it out, right?
Yeah.
That was cool because he's not expecting it. But it's the people that expect it are like, well, we're related. Hell no, you're not related.
Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Man.
Yeah. That happens.
What's that?
I said, and that happens.
Right. And we're big enough now that we don't, like, Nikki doesn't answer the phones. I don't answer the phones. But, like, we get, like, hey, I got this guy calling or gal calling says that you guys are related. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
By what lineage? I don't know.
Man. Everybody knows somebody.
Everybody knows somebody.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful on that. And I think it's just better in the beginning to nip it, right? Because we've done it. We've done cleanups for friends or people in the circle, like, okay, for football. When our son played a ton of football before we went to college to play football. And we did it for a couple families. We did it for one family in particular. Dude, they didn't even pay the bill. Still was on the team. Still just didn't pay the bill. Just expected that we just not have to do
And
it.
we had discounted it because we're friends.
And still didn't pay it.
Still didn't pay it.
Isn't that
It
crazy?
happens sometimes, but it shouldn't. And it really shouldn't happen to people that you know.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of people expect work to be free or discounted when they know that you own a business.
Yeah.
But take it from the business owner perspective. They still got people to pay.
They have all the risk.
Yeah.
The business owner has all the risk, right? Getting to your job, the vehicle, equipment, guys, somebody could get hurt, accidents, things could break down, right? But yet, it's all those. There's a reason why we charge what we charge.
Right. And makes everything run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like you lost a lot of friends in the beginning
Oh,
because they just
absolutely.
didn't get it?
Yeah. I was like, see ya. We were in such a survival mode. I think this, you learn a lot about people. You learn a lot about people who are really your friends and who's just kind of your friend that you think is maybe a deeper level than actually is.
Yeah.
I experienced that when we took over the church. Mm-hmm. There's people that we went to church with that I thought were friends, right? But we were broke and you couldn't go do those things and you couldn't, so they just stopped asking. And it was like, all right, man. But I still called and I still checked up and I still wished them happy birthdays or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like, they were like, but there was a disconnect. You couldn't relate, you know?
I think that's just in life, though, too. There's people that have expendable income that can always do things. What did David call it the other day? When you have dual income, no kids. Okay, well, if you don't have kids, then obviously you have more of an income to be able to spend, right? But people with kids, you got a lot of stuff to pay for.
Yeah.
So maybe just along the way, things don't line up because they have money to go do everything and maybe you don't at that time or whatever might be.
Well, they think you have a business, all of a sudden you have money.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a minute to get there.
But do you know what I'm saying? They were like,
Yeah.
well, you want to just take the time off. What?
That too. Yeah, friends don't understand that, everybody thinks I make my own schedule, and I do to an extent, but a lot of that is here working. I'm not here as early as you, but I typically try to stay till 4 or whatever.
Yeah, but for example, one of our companies, we had a 5:15 in the morning Zoom call. I'm here already, but Nikki, she's not normally ready to go, and she's up at her house, and on the Zoom call ready to go at 5:15 because that was what is expected for the day. Mm-hmm. People don't see that side of it.
No, but we still have one little at home that we have to get out the door for school and everything. So somebody's got to be there. So just got to make it happen wherever you got to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it works.
It works. Yeah. Crazy.
But, mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the circle has definitely changed, and I think now it's the game of leveling up.
Yeah.
And I think there's that. And I think as you get bigger in business, then it starts going to not just leveling up, but who do you know? Mm-hmm. Who in your circle do you know? Because somebody in that circle has been there, done that, whatever, especially if they've been in business. Mm-hmm. Or they're a connection that can help you. Because connections have become the big thing.
I think it's always been a thing. Right? Yeah. It's always been who you know, not what you know, but it depends, right?
But we've gotten big enough at our companies that who you know plays a bigger role.
Right, especially with the software company.
Right.
That's a big one.
Yeah, because it's who do you know? Mm-hmm. Well, I have this connection here, which is open doors for us, which is amazing.
Right.
Or, Nikki and I believe in God, and I think God sets you up for things, right? We started a lawn care company 13 years ago, and we started Call Boss 6 years ago. We have all these things, but the connections we made through there, now we pick up the software company. Now we have bigger contracts that they could actually use a CRM system and all these things, and it's holy cow, man!
Yeah,
it just has prepared us this whole time.
Definitely, yeah, I think so. Do you have any guilt of not being available for friends?
In the very beginning, I did. That was short-lived.
Short-lived, because we're always working.
I was always working. I just needed to get things done, and people didn't understand that our struggle was we need to pay rent. We need to put food on the table right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't go and hang out and watch football, or I can't do whatever. If I'm going to go watch football, it's my son playing, and I'm probably in between jobs when I'm doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair?
For sure. I mean, and there were things that we weren't available for, but ultimately I think we made the right call to be in the position that we're in now. And that's what people along the way have to understand. So
Right.
it just, if you have people in your corner who are rooting for you, make sure that you thank them, because that is rare. And, you know, you just want to make sure that the people that get it, and they'll be there for you. Like right now I have a handful of friends that are just like from life, you know, in the area and football and stuff like that. But then I have a other group of friends that are networked friends through Academy who I still can call, like you know, that know what's going on, and we can work through some stuff.
Yeah. I rely heavy on those guys and gals, because I think they've been there, seen it, done it, and we have a history together.
Yeah.
So I think it makes it's easier to do. And then we start meeting guys like John Smallwood and some of those guys, and you're like, man, this dude's like just what he's into and what they're doing, and like that's really interesting, you know. I really like that.
Well, and that's part of your level up group. So people that you've met in Supra are a whole nother level, be it fitness, health and wellness, but business also. Like there's some crazy sized businesses in that group.
There's some juggernauts in that sucker.
Right. And so I'm like, ooh, what can we learn from you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some guys that we met there. I'm like, and you do what? You know, and it's just like, oh my, it's just kind of mind blowing.
And that's an intimidating circle to get in the beginning. Like it's definitely like, I felt some kind of way, and I'm not even in the group. So when I would go with you at that first year, I was like, oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's intimidating, but you've been in it, what, 3 years now?
3 years, yeah.
Yeah, not so intimidating now.
No. But I want to level up. I want to go to their next level of stuff. Like that's kind of the goal next year.
You're going to be so jacked.
Me?
Yes.
Maybe.
You will.
Yeah. But I want to go to the next level, because like then you get to like really, it's a small group, and you really get to talk to like some like super heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Like just want to know like how they did it. What's their life like? Mm-hmm. You know, I think that would be really, really interesting.
What's their life like is a huge one. Like I'm pondering this all the time. How do people do what they do? How do they have what they have? Like, how did they get to this level to be able to do these excursions and have these things? Like, that's not the end game, is just to have a lot of stuff. But the end game is to have that time freedom to do whatever we want to do, right? How did they do it? What did they do? And that's what we're always trying to like pick up on.
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, I want to know like. Yeah, how'd they get there? 1, 2, like what does their life consist of, right? Because the reality is some of those guys that are like ultra wealthy, that are in that group, and there is some like billionaires in that group. There's a couple guys that, I believe there's 1 or 2 guys that own like professional teams like NBA or NFL in there, right? And whatever that is. And so, and we've met a couple. The sunglass guy was like, fell over. But like, what does their life consist of at that moment, right? Because they make big decisions.
Yeah.
Right? Their decisions have massive consequences, right? And have all these people in place. But like, what does that life look like? I think it's really, really, really interesting to kind of watch. And I want to know, you know, I want to know like, what does it look like and how do I get there?
Yeah. I don't necessarily want the stress though. If they have big decisions to make and, you know, everything is like a power move, like, I don't think I want that stress.
No?
No, but I would like the freedom and the time.
Oh.
Yes. Good stuff.
Yeah. I think getting to know that, it's going to open your eyes to a different level. Like I'm super grateful to the Academy and Jonathan and John and even Andrew and like all those guys and like the people, the businesses we met along the way. It's the ones that have been successful and incredibly successable to the ones that have failed, like still knowing their journey, I think has been amazing. Yeah. Because truly to open a business, takes a rare breed, I think. You can have a pretend business, I believe, and like, oh, I own a company, and like, it's not an LLC, you don't have insurance, you don't have, whatever. To really growing it to something, and I think that it takes a skill set and it takes a lot of hard work. But again, at the next level, is it the hard work or is it the network? Who's the guy? Mm-hmm. We went to this last super event. Who's the guy that had the coconut water?
Mm-hmm. Jesse Eisler.
If you guys haven't listened to Jesse Eisler's story, you probably should. One of the most entertaining speakers that I have experienced, because the dude brought a DJ, right?
It was fire.
It was really, really good. But the way he like saw business was like opportunities.
Always.
Right? Oh, I know this guy. I know this guy. I know this guy. At a jet company, a personal jet company, knew a famous actor. I don't remember his name. Knew a famous actor, became friends with that actor. That actor plays a role later in life with Pepsi to sell his coconut stuff, was water, right? It's like everything's kind of tied together, like how they did it. It's like, this is so incredible.
Yeah.
Reassurance is who you know, not what you know.
Right.
Fair?
That was his power play. He knew Matt Damon. That's who it was.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a great story if you listen to it.
Yeah. And Milet.
Crazy how it worked out.
It's crazy how it worked out.
Yeah.
Or in Milet.
Yeah.
He goes and buys the island. The guy asks, can he use the island for the veterans, right? Never knowing. He's like, I wasn't really going to let him do that. And then he does it. And then what a mind-changing event that happened for him, right?
It's impacting him every year.
Right.
And his family. It's amazing.
Absolutely. So it's like that gentleman who had the guts to ask, right? Mm-hmm. It's just who he knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing.
So, sorry.
So now that we've gone through it full circle, are business owners still terrible friends, horrible friends sometimes?
I think they can be, absolutely. I think so, because I think it's hard for you to relate. And if you're in it like we are currently, or at least I am currently, you don't really have time for that outside noise. Does that make sense? I really struggle. Yeah. I try to, but I really struggle. I try to be very nice. Excuse me, but I really struggle with like having conversations with people who are not involved in companies. And it's just because I'm struggling like I don't care that your neighbor's trash cans are out on a Wednesday and trash day was on Tuesday or Monday. I don't care that, somebody drove by you really fast and I couldn't believe it, or the office maid is a pain in the ass because whatever, right? I just don't care.
Yeah.
I care about like the big picture. Like, how am I going to take care of all these employees? How are we going to sell? What's our marketing look like? What's our budget set at? Do we have enough money for this?
Yeah. We don't have time to care like about things that don't matter, right? We've got important things that we have to get done every day.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people counting on us.
A lot of people counting on us.
So good stuff.
And you don't want the stress.
Nobody wants the stress. No.
Yeah.
There's always going to be some stress, but no, if I can prevent it, I'll prevent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think friends, like, those are very, very important, right? Like, I'm already planning for next year, like the big conversation, and I've talked to a couple guys that own companies, like, all right, man, this is what I'm looking at. What do you hear? How have you set this up? How is this going? So I think that's been super key for the company.
Yeah. So if you have some good friendships, hold on to them. But if you're in business, try to make friends that are also in business so they can help you along the way. You can learn something and then you can pass that on to the next person.
Don't take advice from people who haven't done it.
Yeah.
Right? Fair?
Fair enough. Only take it from people who've actually been there and done it.
That's right.
I agree.
All right.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one. Thank you.